Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. This is going to be a bonus general message or collective message. We can call it either, it's the same thing. These, I oftentimes will start out with an anecdote, something real that happened pertaining to my puppy dog. And he has been like boinking me, nudging me pretty much all the time lately. He's a blue heeler, so of course he is a herding dog anyway, but he's been like a little nose at the back end of my calf. Like when he's excited that his dinner is getting ready, when he's excited that we're getting back from a walk, he's got to be like participating more. So I don't know, maybe somebody is just letting somebody know, hey, I'm here and I'm excited. It could be that. But we start out with the mystic, which is the Hierophant. Um, and we got these two moons, or maybe a perfect reflection of the moon. This is Taurus energy. It feels really exciting. It feels, in this deck, they call it the mystic, but this is the Hierophant. This is a belief system. This is somebody who says, I know what I want to sign my name to. I know what I want to agree to. I know what is true for me, right for me. These are the things that I can really stand behind and get behind. So quite lovely energy for a character that's, putting themselves right there, right into this connection, this interaction. We have the Death card. Somebody's changing something. They're transforming a belief system, or they are committing to something and uncommitting from something else. Hang on, what is this about? I feel like somebody's having this, maybe it is like a mystical awakening. Wow, we have Empress and we have Six of Swords. I think this is a storyline where we have somebody being aware that possibly a divine feminine has finally pulled away. This could be someone who is like severing an energetic cord. We could have a Libra Taurus, or a Taurus or a Scorpio, or a Libra Gemini Aquarius, but we have a divine feminine, possibly. It could still be a masculine, but it's somebody who's in that nurturing energy, and they are pulling away. They have realized that it's time to let go. They have realized that it's time to just move forward and let go of something that was very stressful. Two of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. They're letting go of something that kept them stuck for a really long time. Moving onward, no more of this indecisiveness, no more of this wondering, is something ever going to happen? No more of the yo-yo of, well, maybe this, oh, but maybe I should let go, but no, maybe I should hang on. I think that this is a character who's like ready to let go. Let go of the indecisiveness. What was the indecisiveness over? Because it could have been anything. It could be somebody that was, indecisive about a career path, indecisive about, do I keep living here? Do I not? Indecisive. It's probably something big. We have the Magician. She was indecisive about whether or not she was supposed to try manifesting something. What was it that she was trying to manifest? And now she's like, that was not a good idea. 10 of Wands. Laying down burdens. Chariot. It just keeps feeling like she was indecisive about whether or not she should let go of something that made her feel very out in the cold. We just keep seeing, instead of me seeing what the thing is that she's moving on from, we see her moving on from the indecisiveness about trying to manifest, when in fact she realized it was holding her back. Maybe it was hard for her to manifest moving onward. Maybe this had to do with an inner belief that she had to let go of, the inner belief that, oh, I'm always going to be somehow kind of out in the cold, or I'm going to be constantly like lacking something, or I'm going to be lost out in the cold, left out in the cold. Either she was clinging to something that made her sad and prevented her from actually being able to move forward with the King of Cups. I'm thinking that this was inner work, that we have a divine feminine who held on to, for a period of time anyway, she held on to some belief system that she needed to, like, maybe this was a way she thought, when you love somebody, you never let go. You keep trying to manifest them back into your life, even if it's been miserable, and even if everything in her better judgment said, I got to let go of them so I can meet somebody who's going to be available. Maybe it was like, but I don't let go of somebody that I loved. We started out with that Hierophant. There could have been, I know it's not that it's a Two of Cups card, but we have those two moons. We have something that almost feels like maybe she felt she had a mystical bond, had a mystical marriage, like a 5D connection to somebody. And this has been her working through this process of detaching from the belief that, but I knew that I was supposed to be with that person, even though we were never successful in the 3D. Still, I held on to them because we felt like such a match in the 5D. And it was really hard for her to quit trying to manifest coming back together, or to quit manifesting holding on to them. And allowing herself to move towards somebody else. She's needed to make that change. This is both letting go of something that was delaying her meeting the right person, as much as it's been, her needing to let go of some belief system around like this seemingly spiritual bond that I think was bringing nothing but grief. Tell me about, let's go back to the Hierophant. Yeah, Four of Wands, but Seven of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. I think for a really long time we have a feminine who was like saying, I'm positive that I'm supposed to be married to this person. They're just wounded right now, and it's just taking them time. I just got to keep giving them time. But I think deep down she was like, I actually know that this isn't true, but this is still the story I've been telling myself. They're just wounded, and it's just taking them time, but they're almost healed. Any day now they'll be healed. We're going to be married, but I know it's not true. But no, it's just that it's taking time. I just have to, keep the faith. Let me ask, what was the, how do I say this? I want to be careful with the way I ask this. Maybe I should keep it more broad and just say, can I see what the circumstances were between her and this person that she felt was really important to her? Okay, Knight of Swords. She met somebody really swiftly. It was really impulsive. There were a lot of obstacles right out of the gate, but there was also, see, with that Nine of Wands, there were obstacles, but it still felt like, oh my gosh, this is such an amazing person. And there could have been it was intimated that because we met each other, that's going to be life altering. There's just a couple things that I got to take care of, and now I have the motivation to do it. This feels like a whirlwind romance. And it was supposed to, maybe she knew that this person was a little bit wounded at first, and it was like, yeah, but now they're going to make those changes because they're in love with me, I'm in love with them. But then the Tower, it was something that needed to change. And maybe it seemed like there was going to be a change. King of Wands, the Star, it does feel like both characters thought, oh my God, this is a divine union. You're my star. I was put in your life for a reason. There could have been a lot of love and a lot of like really flowery and spiritual words spoken. I can see why that would be so freaking hard, because it's like, wow, I met you and my whole life feels different. No wonder this is the Mystic and it's the Hierophant, and it's what she felt like. I'm supposed to be married to this person. They're my Four of Wands. I'm their Four of Wands. Of course you're going to wait when somebody says all these things and when you feel it too. Of course, it's very understandable, I think, that it would have been really exciting. But remember, we started out with very impulsive, getting swept up in the moment. But this is somebody who had some kind of complication in their life, something that they needed to change in their life, either some healing that they needed to kick into high gear, or maybe they needed to end some previous situation. But it was like, I found the person that motivates me to do it. You're my star. You're my goal. The universe brought me into your life. So she could have met a King of Wands. She could be an Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. But this King of Wands, so possibly Leo, Sag, or Aries, was like, I don't know how I got so lucky to meet you. This feels, I think there were a lot of synchronicities, almost eerie, perfect similarities. It was like, I don't know. I feel like it was like thunder and lightning, when they met. I feel like it was just this otherworldly kind of bond. And then what? Then what happened? Because it got off to it feels like a head over heels, love at first sight kind of thing. And then almost immediately, everything was done wrong. We got the Justice card. Libra energy. What was done wrong? The Judgment. Did they immediately go back to somebody else instead? They met the person, they said, oh my God, I love you. Oh my God, I'm going to change everything. I'm going to be with you. Oh, wait, no, actually, I'm going to go and I'm going to reconnect with an ex. Was that what this was? So then she's waiting for them saying, but we had this special, amazing bond. What am I supposed to do when we were going to be married? I just know it. But let me go over here to that lie with the Seven of Swords. What was the Seven of Swords? I don't understand how this person did this 180, but we have a Four of Swords. She knew that in fact she was an agent of their healing, but it wasn't for her. I'm sorry. I know this is like a kind of a tough message, but they meet her. They feel like this is wildly amazing, and somehow she's this amazing person who's going to heal their scars. They want to be with her. And then instantly they do a 180 and they go back to an ex. And she's realizing, truth of it is, they were just wounded when I met him, and something about me treating them well gave them that bit of extra healing that they needed, that 9 of Wands to the 10 of Wands. I helped them heal, and then they could go back to their ex, but not with me. I'm thinking that that's what the storyline is here. Why? This seems so cruel. Why was that what she got out of this equation? The Fool in the reverse. Okay, in the beginning, they're the ones who jumped toward her. She wouldn't have operated this way. This was out of sequence for her. Maybe she went ahead, and because they made this huge proclamation and jumped toward her, she was, okay, we're going to do this. This person's madly in love with me. I'm going to go ahead. Maybe she would never have normally fallen in love with somebody like that. It almost feels like she got sucked into their tide, their riptide, because it actually says I know this sounds weird, but she didn't actually fall in love with them. She got pulled in by their riptide. This is not the way she operates. Deep down, even, I think she knew that there was something false about this, but she was waiting for it to become true. I kind of think at this really profound level, none of this was her doing. They desperately needed somebody's energy. They needed to build confidence within themselves to then pursue whatever the relationship is that they wanted to be in. And for some reason, they practiced it with her. They were desperate to have somebody's strength. So they pulled from her strength. And they did it with, claiming that this is going to be this huge love story. But that is not the way she would operate. An Empress it doesn't mean she couldn't fall in love, suddenly. But an Empress is going to be pretty stable and cool and calm. She'll be able to say why she loves somebody. This feels like it was just this bizarre, impulsive, almost like this character got this bright idea that they could see she was going to be so healing for them, and they just needed her. They needed her energy. She gave it to them, but in truth, I don't think she genuinely fell in love with them. I know that sounds contradictory, but the universe just said Fool in the reverse. You didn't take that full leap with them. No, you didn't. You knew all along something wasn't true. You wanted them to be true, but I think from day one, she was like, okay, I'm in love with this person. I think I'm either going to be if they're everything they say they are, this is who I marry. If they're none of the things that they say they are, then I will just be moving on. I think she knew that from day one. It was all or nothing. And I don't think she could tell which tells me she knew if you already know this is going to be really something or it's going to be absolutely nothing, that's not the same as saying, oh, I know this is my person. What she's saying is, I am 100% certain that there is a huge possibility that this is BS. She walked into that knowing that, which tells me she wasn't actually deep down. We're talking to the core layer of herself. She did not fall for this person. Not truly. She thought she did because she was willing to, and she felt a mystical bond. But I think for her, she never actually really took a big risk on this person. Yes, I can see that it was wasting her time. Yes, I can see that she was lonely, but it was mostly that they were in the way because she kept waiting, because she was pretty realistic about this. If they're going to be somebody that really matters in my life, I fell for, well, they said they fell for me. I'm the person that I was brought into their life. They said all these floral things and then they disappeared. I don't know if she knows that they went back to an ex, but she waited and waited because she's like, okay, they must be wounded. They have to heal something with an ex. No, they were wounded when she met them and she helped them get that something that they needed from her so they could go back and pursue things with an ex. They're not, in this storyline, they're not coming back to her. But in truth, even though it's wasted her time because she went ahead and held space for them should they come back in case this was real, she kind of always knew that it wasn't. We have her as a Queen of Pentacles. She is incredibly abundant. She is an incredible giver. This is where she'd been trying, this is such a complicated story. She'd been trying to manifest the ability to let herself move on, but still kind of felt like, but what if I'm giving up on this true love story? I mean, I should wait a little bit longer, but she's realized she has been cheating herself out of meeting an amazing person. She's finally ready. She is so ready to go ahead and open up her heart to somebody completely new. Something about this storyline, she had to make sure, because of who she is, she had to make sure that she wasn't abandoning some amazing connection, even though I think she was the one who got abandoned. And I think she was the one who got her energy, taken away from her by a wounded person who needed somebody to make him feel really good, to get his energy up so he could go back and pour his energy into an ex. But that's neither here nor there, because in truth, nothing started the way she would normally operate. This relationship, she doesn't operate that way. She doesn't start out with this crazy impulse of, oh my God, I love you. Oh my God, this is, yes, I know every amazing word that they said to her. It was almost too much. It was almost way too much. Like if she stopped and said, okay, like we said that we were in love, that like within the first 7 hours of meeting each other, or, it was over the top with amazingness and familiarity and proclamations about the life we'd have together, to the point where it felt almost kind of false. It had to have felt false and overly, like even this card of the Four of Wands, it's like too perfect. It's too picture perfect. We got the house and we've got the arbor, and and she's like, none of this actually felt authentic. Not really. In the back of her mind, it was never genuine, and she knew it. That's why she was always like, well, this is going to be everything, and it's going to be fabulous, or it's going to be absolutely nothing. It's going to be a hollow, it's going to be a holograph of what it should be. She knew this. She's not actually wounded. She wasted some time, but she's not destroyed by this at all. Let's do a part 2 on this. I will put a free link there in the description box. Thanks for giving this one a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye.